Hello everyone, welcome back to another tutorial. In today's tutorial we're going to continue with the loud series, the RNG series. And in today's episode, it's going to be a very long episode. It's going to be data saving, overhead UI, and accept and skip button. So with that being said, I'm not going to drag this out, but make sure to subscribe and like this video and join the Discord. With that being said, let's jump straight into it. So, first of all, we're gonna do the data saving. So go inside of the leader stats. Inside of here, we have our setup leader stats. We're going to rework this. So we're going to remove the inventory and equipped chance. We're going to instead make a inventory, which is equal to instance of new folder. I'm gonna parent it to a player. Inventory.name equals inventory with capital I. Local equipped chance equals instance of new string value. I'm gonna parent it to the inventory this time. I'm gonna set the equipped chance.name to equipped chance. We're also going to set it to equipped chance.value to none. There we go. We're also going to make another folder called inventory folder, which is equal to a new folder, parent it to the inventory, and we're going to rename this folder to name. I'm gonna rename it to owned chances. After that, we're going to loop through for I, v, for I, v in the I pairs chance list. We have not defined the chance list, so up here, first of all, we're going to define the players, which is game get service players. We're also going to define the replicated storage, which is equal to game get service replicate storage, and the data store service gets data store service. We're also going to define the run service, game get service run service. Local chance list equals, and now before we do anything, we're going to move these two inside of the module. And now we need to go inside of the main. We need to say require replicate storage. Wait for child. Replicate storage. Wait for child modules. Wait for child. Select chance. We can copy this. Can rename it to chance list and switch this one out. We also need to do that inside of the inventory. Nope, sorry. Inside of the rolling client. Nope. Okay, never mind. My bad. So, in the leader stats, local chance list equals require replicate storage of modules wait for child chance list. Why we needed to move our chance list and the select chance to replicate storage is because from the client. Okay, so from the client we cannot access things on the server, and if we would have to put these inside of main, that's inside service script service, we cannot access it from our client. But if we put it inside of replicate storage, we can access it from both the client and the server. So, perfect. So up here, we're going to say local, not caps, local data store equals data store service get data store. And here, you will put a string. If you change this string, you will lose all the data. So, when you have published a game, you maybe call it published or official or something. Published when, yeah, you understand. So inside of here, just because we're testing right now, we're gonna rename this to, I'm gonna name it to test. You can name this whatever you want. You can rename it to this if you want, but if you change one letter or number inside of here, then the data will be lost. So test one, because I will be using this to test a lot. So yeah, down here now we can loop through the chance list, and we are going to uh, uh, make a new bool value every time. So equals a new bool value. We're gonna parent it to the inventory folder, and the new instance of name equals the name of our chance, so v1. Because if we go inside of the chance list, this is the first value, this is the second value. Sorry, this is the first, this is the second, and this is the third. And we want the name, which is the first. So, perfect. If we go down by one end, we can say local success, comma return value. We're gonna repeat until. We're gonna repeat until success or not players find first child player name. And what we're going to repeat is wait for, nope, not yet, sorry, success comma return value equals pcall data store get async data store and key. And I'm gonna say now, data store is a fucking hell, and I will not be great at explaining this. I barely understand it. It's a hell, okay? So we do not have a key, we need to define it. So up here we're going to say local user ID equals player.user ID. Local key equals player underscore comma dot dot user ID. And if we go down here, everything is fine, perfect. Now we can go down here, we're gonna say if success, then if return value equals nil, then return value equals a empty table, and we're going to put our roles in there, which will be 0 every time a new player joins. Before we continue here, we can make this function up here. So up here we're gonna say local function wait for request budget request type. So this data store saving is not mine, it's MonsterDev that created this. I just followed his tutorial and I'm gonna use it in this tutorial. So I'm gonna link his channel down in the description because I can barely understand this. So just follow along. Local current budget equals data store service get requests budget type. Gonna pass through our request type. While our current budget is less than 1, then we're going to say current budget is equal to data store service get request budget type again. Request type. Request type, there we go, and we're gonna say test of wait 5 seconds. If we go down here, after this end, press enter, we're gonna say player.leaderstats. Leaderstats.roles.value equal if return value dot roles is not equal to nil, then we're gonna say return value dot roles else 0. And we're gonna say player.inventory dot or equipped chance dot value equals if return value dot equipped chance is not equal to nil, then return value dot equipped chance else it's gonna be equal to none, just like we had up here. So perfect. We can also set our roles here to 0. There we go. If we go down here now, we are going to loop through for icon v in pairs player.inventory.own chances get children. So whenever we join the game, we're gonna loop through our own chances. If v.value, no sorry, v.value equals if return value.inventory.own chances, index it with v.name. If it's not equal to nil, then return value dot inventory dot own chances, index it with the name again, else equal to false. If we go down here, if this does not work, there's probably an error with the data store service, and we're just going to kick the player from the game because they cannot play, the data will not work. And we can say a kick message which we can say there was an error loading your data, please try again later. If the issue persists, please contact the owner. Something like that. You can say whatever you want. Perfect. Now our leader stats is done. We're going to make the save function. So we can copy this up here. We can paste it down here. We can say local roles equals player.leaderstats.roles.value. Local equipped chance equals player.inventory.equipped chance.value. I'm gonna loop through. Sorry, we're going to create a table, inventory table, the empty table. For every for I, chance in I pairs. So we're gonna loop through everything inside of the own chances. There we go. So for every chance we get, we're going to put it inside of the inventory table. Chance of name equals chance of value. Perfect. Now we're going to say local data table equals a empty table. Sorry, not the empty table. A new table where we're going to say rows with capital R equals rows with lowercase r. The same thing with equipped chance. So equipped chance with capital E is equal to equipped chance with lowercase e. Inventory is equal to a table, and in here we're going to say owned chances. We can put this equipped chance inside of the inventory instead. There we go. Owned chances equals our inventory table. There we go. Now if we go down here, we can say print data table so we can see every time it saves. Local success, comma return value. Gonna repeat just like we did up here. There we go. Until this time we're just gonna repeat until success, and we're going to say wait for request budget enum.datastore request type dot update async. We're also going to say success comma return value equals pcall datastore dot update async. There we go, comma datastore comma key comma function. Oh, there we go. And we're going to return our data table, not store. There we go. Now this shall work, I think. Now up here we're going to, first of all, we're going to pass through the function again. Wait for request type budget enum.datastore request.get async this time, not update async. Let me see. Down here we're going to say game.players.player removing. We're gonna connect our save function. There we go. We can also make a autosave, so every time, so what true do? So every 600 seconds, we're going to loop through the player in I pairs. Players, get players, do, quarantine wrap, save, and player. So every 600 seconds, we are going to autosave their progress. Great. We can also make a function inside of Studio, just in case. So local on shutdown, if run service is Studio, then test of wait 2 seconds, else we're going to say local finished equals instance of new bindable event, local all players equals players get players, local left players equals hashtag all players, players, sorry, not platers, players, there we go, players, there we go. Then we're going to loop through. So for underscore comma player in I pairs all players do quarantine.wrap function. We're gonna save the player's data. We're gonna set the left players to 1 minus equal to 1. If left players equals to 0, then we're gonna say finish fire. I'm gonna put 2 brackets on this end, and we're going to go down by 1 end and say finish dot event wait. And we're going to go down here, say game bind close on shutdown. Now everything shall work. No, we missed something. Up here we're going to say for underscore comma player in I pairs. Gonna look for the players one more time. Gonna get all the players. Gonna say quarantine.wrap setup leader stats as well as gonna pass for the player. If we go down up to file, we go inside of game settings, go to security and turn on enable studio access to API services. If we press save, it shall work. So if we go inside of here, so in here, do not worry about this. It's just because own chances is an empty table currently. So here we have our all of our chances. So we have common, divine, epic, legendary, rare, perfect. If I would go ahead and go onto this server, go inside of here and for example set the divine value to true, go back to the client, or divine value is set to true. If I go ahead and stop right now, we shall, there we go, we shall see in here that we have our own chances. We have divine in here. If we go ahead and press play again, the divine value shall be true if our data has been saved. So if we go inside of players, go inside of your own player, press on inventory, own chances, press on divine, our value is true, which means everything works perfectly fine, the data is saving. Before we press roll or something, we need to go inside of our, let me see, go inside of our, we can go inside of here, and down here, after giving you a chance, we can say player dot leader stats dot roles dot value plus equals to 1. So every time we press on roll, we are going to get 1 roll. Perfect. Now we need to fix our inventory because we changed a lot in the inventory. So if we go inside of the inventory, or sorry, yeah, in the inventory. So if we go inside of the inventory and we go down to, let me see. Here, player.equipped chance of value. Currently, we are not placing the equipped chance in the player, so we need to change this by saying player.inventory. Inventory.equipped chance, player.inventory.equipped chance. If we go down here, we're going to change this function a bit. So, let me see. Here we're going to say if we can rename this to owned chances. If owned chances dot value equals to true, then we can put this true down here. There we go. Then we're going to clone the template, change all these chance, which is underlined to red, change them to owned chances. There we go, perfect. Local new template, great. Else, okay, so down here we can remove this. We can remove, let me see. Sorry, we can remove those two. There we go. And we can also remove this. We're going to loop through for I, chance in I pairs chance list. We have not defined the chance list, so up here we're going to say local chance list equals require server script, replicate storage, wait for child modules, wait for child chance list. If we go down here again, we're going to loop through the chance list, do if chance index equals to number 1, so if our chance name is equal to our new template of name, then we're going to set the new template dot title dot text color 3 to chance 3, because our third value is the color value. So perfect. Now we can also say clear info frame down here. We're gonna say true. We can remove this. We will change that. If new template of name equals player dot quick chance. Here we need to say inventory again. Inventory dot quick chance of value. Then we're looping through. Great. So everything is fine up there. We can remove this function because we're not using it. Here we can say role. We have not defined that. Let me see. Nope, so we can say local role UI equals. If we go down here, we can, the handler script is here, so we need to say script.parent.parent.role. If we go down here again, here we're going to say role UI.button.visible equals not is visible. Great. If not is visible, loop through else, update info, right conveys. Here we're going to change it up a bit again. We're going to say clicked equals V, and we can remove the other one. Okay, that was completely useless, but we're going to say clear info frame true. And we can cut this, so highlight them, press Ctrl X, and say for I, chance in I pairs chance list, do if v.name equals chance1, so index equals now, then we can add this again. Info.text equals toString v.name, info.text color equals chance index equals number 3, and here we're going to say chance2 index equals 2. There we go. Perfect. We also need to update our remove function up here. So for item in pairs, if clicked is okay. So remove this we destroy, and we're going to make a new remote event, which is called, we can call this update removed item. Here we're going to say replicate storage dot remotes dot update removed item. We're gonna fire server. I'm gonna pass for the player and v. we can remove this. There we go. And down here we can say false here. Did we? No, we do not need to do that, sorry. So do not pass through false here and do not pass through here. Just call the function, okay? Perfect. And item destroy. Okay, great. So our inventory is updated. Now we need to update it on the server in order for it to uh, save. So if we go inside of the main script, inside of here we are going to remove this give chance function. There we go. We can remove it here. And now we can say, let me see, turntable. Okay, so down here we can say, let me see, let me think. Okay, up here, sorry. Remotes dot update removed item dot on server event. Gonna connect a function, pass through the player, the item, and v. Then we're going to say player.inventory.equipped chance.value equals to none, and also v.value equals to false. Great. Now we are going to script. Ooh, let me see. Okay, so we can script our our accept and skip button. So if we go inside of a role, inside of here we can copy the button. We can put it like, maybe we can make our background visible as well as our title. There we go. So we can move this, we can first of all rename this button to accept. And if we move it, how do we want it? If we copy this, rename this one to deny, skip, and we put it like, is this great? We can make it a bit, you can customize this however you want, your personal preference. I'm just gonna do something like that. I'm going to change this text inside of here to accept. I'm gonna change the background to a more green. And I'm also going to do the same on the skip, but it's gonna be a slightly more red, something like that. Gonna rename this text label to deny. We can also remove the animation frame on both. There we go. Great. So we can make those two unvisible. And if we go inside of our rolling client here, we can say local accept button equals screen UI dot accept and local skip button equals screen UI dot skip. We can also define the player, so local player equals game dot players dot local player. Great. So if we go down here, we can say skip button dot visible equals false and skip button, no, accept button dot visible equals false. And we're going to make our roll number a public variable instead. So roll number, remove the local, and our animations can be here. And we can say button dot visible equals to false, and remove the weight, and we can say skip button dot visible equals to true, and accept button dot visible equals to true. Remove or cut the debounce on Control X, and we can go down here. Down here we can say accept button dot mouse button one click, connect function for I, v in pairs player dot inventory dot own chances get children do if v.name equals our roll number, our last roll number, 7, and we're going to get the name of it. Then we're going to say local label equals v, and we're going to create another remote event called update server inventory, and we can say remotes.update server inventory. I'm gonna fire the server, we're gonna fire accept and our label. Then we're going to say skip button.visible equals false, and our accept button.visible equals to false as well, and our screen UI dot animations dot background dot visible equals to false, and our screen UI dot animations dot title dot visible equals to false. Then we can say button of visible equals to true, and we're also going to set the debounce to false. There we go. So the accept button is scripted. We can also, before we forget that, we can make the background invisible and the title. There we go. So our skip button is almost gonna be the same. So skip button dot mouse button click connect function for icon v in pairs player dot inventory get children do if v dot name equals roll number 7 1 not 12 1, then local label equals v, and we're gonna say remotes.update server inventory. We're gonna pass through skip and our label. If we go down here, we can copy this, paste it here, and this script is done. Now everything is almost done. We're just gonna script it on the server side, our remote event. So let me see. We can say remotes.update server inventory on server event, gonna connect the if function, gonna pass through the player, the event, and the label. If our event equals to skip. Okay, so where were we? So if event equals to skip, then we're going to return, and else if event equals to accept, then we're going to loop through our chance table, player inventory, own chances, get children, do if chance.name equals label.name, then we're going to say chance.value equals to true. Gonna return down here, and great. Now I think everything is good. If we go ahead and press play. So now we're in the game. If we go ahead and press roll, we get one roll up here. We got common. Now our thing is not showing. Why not? So okay, so I found a solution inside of our animation module. We need to go inside of here. We need to remove this wait 1 second, and we need to remove this. And if we go ahead and test now, everything shall hopefully work. Okay, so like we can see, our roll saved. We have one roll. If we press roll, we got common 1 in 3 chance. We can press accept or deny. If we first of all go inside of our inventory, we still have our divine because we didn't reset our stats. So if we press accept, our common value shall not be checked. So if I press deny, nothing happens. Something is wrong inside of here. Value is not a valid member of folder. Okay. Okay, so I can clearly see why this didn't work. It is because we're looking for the inventory and not the inventory.own chances get children. If we go ahead and reset our stats, so test 2. So when we reset that uh, name on our data store, the progress shall be removed. So we have 0 roles. Do not worry about this error, like I said. Um, if we go inside of a player, we do not have divine. Perfect. If we go ahead and roll, we got common. If we press the escape, we do not get the value and we do not get anything inside of the inventory. If we go ahead and roll again, we got common. We press accept. The value becomes checked. If we go inside of the inventory, we got the common. If we press equip, it gets equipped. If we go inside of here, okay, we deny. We press accept again. We only have one common. That's perfect. That's what we want. If we can get something else instead of common. There we go, we got rare. So if we press on rare, we do get rare. We got rare inside of here. We press equip. It works. If we remove this, we got common. If we press on our equipped chance, we have common as equipped. So that's perfect. Now we can make the overhead UI. So if we press, if we go outside of test, we go inside of our avatar, go inside of rig builder, right? Yeah. R15, my avatar, we get our rig here. If we go inside of a rig, go inside of the head, we put a billboard UI, there we go, and we can put a frame. First of all, our billboard settings always on top. It's not, the max distance is not going to be infinity. We can set it to maybe 60. Yeah, looks great. We need to scale the size, so open up the plugin and scale the size. Now we can customize the size, set the Y to maybe 2 and the Y to maybe 3. Okay, and like you can see, it looks awful. So we need to fix that by setting the extent offset to maybe 3. Great, if we scale our frame now, center it, scale it correctly, there we go. We make it transparent. We put a UI list layout inside of here. We can put a text label. Going to position it correctly. Gonna scale the size. Here we go. Like I can see already, we need to make our size on the x-axis frame. Set it to 1,0 and 1,0. There we go. If we're going inside of the billboard UI, we need to make this value a little bit bigger, something like that. We can go inside of the frame, UI list layout, set this to center. Yeah, top, there we go. If we duplicate this, can set the UI padding to point 0.2, 0.6, something like that. You can decide. And we're gonna make this background transparent. Set the text scale. We can make this to maybe, you can customize this however you want. I'm just gonna do something simple here. So here we got our label, our other label, we're gonna scale, make it white as well. We can change this to another font if we want to. Okay, we can make this, we can rename this to a title and this to rarity and the frame to container. I am going to make the rarity a bit smaller. So if we go inside of size, 0.3 maybe, something like this. I'm gonna make the spacing a little bit smaller. Something like this. Looks great for me. If we take this billboard UI, put it inside of replicate storage, rename this to overhead UI, go inside of the main, down here, we are going to, first of all, we can make a function up here. Let me see here. We can call this function local function update. We can make it over this one instead. Local function update overhead UI. Gonna pass through the player and the overhead UI. In here, we're going to say loop through our chance table in iPairs. Chance list do if player.inventory.equipped chance.value equals player.inventory.equipped chance.value equals v1, then clone let me see, sorry, overhead UI dot container dot title dot text color 3 equals v index with number 3 cloned. So dump overhead UI dot container dot rarity dot text equals, and these where do we have them? There we go, have them. One in, you can just go ahead and copy them inside of the handler here. So just copy this, go inside of here, paste it. I'm gonna remove this chance, and and in here I'm going to say v2 instead. There we go, and we can also say overhead UI dot container dot title dot text equals player dot inventory dot equipped chance dot value. If we go down here, we are going to first of all loop through or add it to whenever the player joins. So game the players, the player added, connect the function, pass through the player, say player dot character added, connect function, pass through the character instead, and we're gonna say local clone UI equals replicate storage dot overhead UI and clone it. We're going to say update overhead UI player clone UI dot parent equals character wait for child head, and we're also going to make sure that whenever we equip another value, our overhead value changes. So get property change signal value. Gonna connect it to a function. In here, we're going to say update overhead UI. We're gonna pass through the player and the overhead UI, clone UI. There we go. If we go ahead and test now, everything should work perfectly fine. We shall have data saving. We have our accept and skip button, and we also have our overhead UI. So, like you can see here, we do not have anything. Let me see. Okay, so it does not update for some reason. If we go ahead and accept. Oh, okay. So if we go inside of here, press equip, nothing happens. Okay, so I found a problem. So if we go inside of our inventory, inside of the handler, whenever we equip, let me see, here update equip, inside of here we are going to first of all make a new remote event called update equip, and here we're going to say replicate storage dot remotes dot update equip file server, and we're gonna pass through the collect.name. Great. If we go on onto the main script now and we look up here, we are going to say remotes.update equip on server event, connect the function, pass through the player and the collect, and And inside of here, we're going to say player.inventory.equipped chance.value equals clicked. So this was because we did not set our equipped chance value on the server side, and that is why it didn't work. So if we go ahead and play now, everything shall hopefully work. So if we press command, we get common. It is a bit scaled, so we will fix that, but you can see 1 in 3 and common. If we change it to rare, we got rare. Great. We need to first of all go inside of here again. If we go inside of our let me see. Here, inside of our main script, sorry, and inside of our function here, we're going to say else, and we're going to copy this last one as well as this one, and we're going to say just the empty string. So like this, there we go. That shall work if we go ahead and fix this issue where we had our overhead here, put inside of the head. If I go ahead and say I need to go inside of the overhead, change the X size to 7 maybe, or you can set it to like 20 if you want. Okay, maybe not 20, sorry, 10. If we go and put this one inside of the replicate storage again, and we press play, now everything shall look fine, and hopefully work as well. So, if we go inside the inventory, we do not have anything equipped, but if we go ahead and equip rare, nothing happens. Okay, so I found the solution. So, first of all, we need to remove this. If we go ahead and remove them, there we go. Then we go inside of the leader stats. Down here, we need to remove this and put it upside here instead and make a comma. If we go ahead and change our data store now, everything should hopefully work. We can also rename the rarity here to none instead of label, and instead of title to none, or we can just set it to nothing at all. And if we go ahead and play now, hopefully everything shall work. So if we go ahead and roll, we get one roll, we got epic. If we press on epic equip, we get epic, perfect. If we got legendary, that's great. If we press on legendary, we have legendary up here. If we go ahead and close out of this, and we are going to test it again, so we can see that everything is saving and working perfectly fine. So now we had something that did not work out. If we go inside of here first of all, okay, I found the solution one more time. So what we did was that we put this value, this up here, when we shall have put this up here. So the own chances equals inventory table shall still be underneath the inventory. So it shall look like this, and everything will work perfectly fine. The last thing I will do is to reset our data, and I will also fix this this one to work. So if we go inside of our handler here and we go down here, we can say local on chances table equals a empty table, and we can say for icon v in pairs player.inventory dot owned chances get children do if v.value equals to true, then we're going to say table.insert on chances table, comma v, and down here we're going to say background.label.text equals hashtag on chances table dot slash dot player dot inventory dot on chances get children. A hashtag here, sorry, there we go. If we go ahead and test now, everything shall work fine. Whew, this was a whole bunch to script. Okay, so this error is nothing you need to worry about. So if we press roll, we get rare. If we go ahead and go inside of here, we press accept, we press on rare, we get the title up. Perfect, perfect, and we got 1 out of 5. If we go ahead and stop, before I do anything, I just want to rename here. I need to say auras. There we go. And oh, there we go. And here. Okay, there we go. If we test again, we can see so everything is saving and working perfectly fine. We shall get our overhead title. There we go. We got rare. That means that the equipped chance is saved, and we got rare here. If we go ahead and press one more time, we got common. We have common in here. We change. We got common. If we go ahead and press remove, press on rare, works perfectly fine. So, what did I see? If I remove, okay. So this does not save. Okay, it's an easy fix though. RS to 5. Okay. Shall be an easy fix on this. If we go inside of our okay, so my bad again. If we go inside of our handler script, we go inside of here, we just typed inventory, we need to say player.inventory.on chances. On chances, there we go. If we try one last time now, guys, everything shall work. I'm getting a completely stroke, but it shall work. So if we go ahead and remove common, perfect. If we close, common is not there, everything works. Great. So, if we go ahead and remove this, nothing happens. Easy fix again. If we go inside of our main script, we just need to say that if here, local for if, okay. So if we go inside of here, if player.inventory.equipped chance.value is equal to none, then we're going to set these values to just blank quotation marks. And if we go ahead and play now, everything shall work. Like I said already 7 times, but everything shall work this time. So if we go ahead and roll, we got common. If we equip it, great. If we remove it, great. If we equip one more time, great. Now everything works. So, with that being said, that was a whole bunch to script. Hope you liked this episode, and yeah, join the Discord, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.